welcome to my channel, SVM Fit Fuel Flow. I am your host Suzanne, and sorry for the delay. It was just a crazy weekend. I mentioned I was not going to post on the Easter weekend, so I hope everyone had a lovely long weekend. Like I said, this weekend was a little crazy, so I did not post, but I wanted to post it today. And what I wanted to do was like a Mediterranean chicken, somewhat like a souvlaki chicken, but with my own twist in it. So if you see, I do have my gloves on because I'm going to mix the chicken pieces. So just wanted to kind of show you about these size boneless, skinless thighs. I think there are about 10 or 12 pieces of that in this bowl. And we're just going to go and now start putting in the ingredients so we can throw that in the oven. Again, just using a tablespoon. I usually measure with my heart, but a lot of folks have asked that I give some sort of measurement. So we're going to start with Greek yogurt. I have this one. It's got 13 grams of protein in it. So I'm just going to take a nice big scoop of this and add it to the bowl. I'm just going to leave that spoon in there because I'm not going to be using it again. You can use like the measurements, like a teaspoon or tablespoon as you see fit. So we're going to start with, I have this spoon. It's fancy, but I'm going to use it for my tea. And it fits my bottles of spices. That's why I'm using it. Okay, so we're going to start with thyme, and it's like 2 teaspoons of thyme. So I'm just going to put some thyme. I like to put mixed Italian herbs as well. So I like to put 2 of those because it just adds to it. Again, about 2 of these teaspoons of oregano in here. Paprika, it says about 2 tablespoons. So I will put 2, 3, and 4. And I like to add chili flakes to mine just because I do like things a bit spicy. Not a lot, just maybe 1.5 of these spoons, and it should be good. I take my lemon. I don't have fresh lemon. Usually it's 1 lemon, but I'm just gonna put 1.5 tablespoons of lemon concentrate. I'm gonna put salt and pepper to taste. So again, I'm gonna use this spoon of mine. It's gonna go 1, 2, put that aside. And as for my pepper, I'm gonna put 1 of pepper. That's it. And I'm gonna keep it to the side. Now, a couple of things that you can do for this is you can add your olive oil to it. So like about maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil and then marinate and mix it. Or I just mix it like this, and when I put it in the pan, I just spray it with avocado oil on either side and throw it in my air fryer or in my oven. So we're just gonna mix this up nicely till the color changes and all the pieces of chicken actually get the marinade on it. Usually what I do with this is I cut them into cubes and I skewer them. So it's more like, you know, pieces of chicken as opposed to the whole chicken thigh. But I don't have the time. 2, I just wanted to do something quick and throw in my oven. So this really doesn't take very long. It'll just be marinating for about 30 minutes. You don't have to put in the lemon if you don't want to, only because the lemon will also cook the chicken with the acidity in the lemon. So as you can see, all the pieces are nicely marinated. It has changed color. I'll bring it closer so you can have a look. And now we're just gonna cover this and leave this to the side. Oh, and actually in here, what you can do is I like to grate garlic. So they usually ask for like 2 to 3 pods of garlic. I put about 5, 6 of them because I do like the fusion. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna grate the garlic in there. So bear with me as I do that. Okay, that's 2. And I usually do it before I marinate the chicken. I completely forgot, and then because the garlic was hiding there in the corner. But yeah, it definitely gives it a kick. I'm sure you will enjoy it. And again, if you don't like the garlic, you don't have to put that much of grated garlic in here. If you choose to mince the garlic, you can absolutely mince it. I just like grating it. I just feel it infuses better. But again, entirely your choice on how pungent you want it, how garlicky you really want this chicken to be. I just find that Mediterranean food, the more garlic it has, I don't know, it just adds so much flavor to it. And the last one going in. Oops. Like I said, I usually don't have my gloves dirty when I'm grating the garlic, but it was hiding and I almost forgot to put the garlic in. And when I post the recipe in the description, you guys are gonna be like, wait a minute, we didn't see her put any garlic in. Now, if you don't have fresh garlic, feel free to use garlic powder, but I prefer fresh. I just feel like it just, I don't know. I mean, it's not like it'll taste any different, but I just prefer it. Okay, so I'm gonna put the grater to the side. I'm just gonna go in one more time now and mix this chicken again because I've added the garlic to it. And we are just gonna set this aside. I'm gonna take my gloves off because I don't need it anymore. And here we go. And we're just gonna take that and keep it to the side. And that's gonna marinate for about 30 minutes. And while I was prepping all of this before I started the video, I just made a chickpea salad. It's simple. It's just got cucumbers, tomatoes, olives, red onion, olive oil, lemon juice, some mixed Italian herbs, and some salt, and mix, and that's setting to the side. And I have this yogurt with me, and I'm just gonna make like a tzatziki sauce, but it's not really gonna be tzatziki sauce because I'm not making it, you know, with the dill and the parsley and all of that. Is just, I'm just gonna grate some cucumber in here. So I have my grater, I have my cucumber. I'm just gonna grate just directly. I'm not gonna strain the cucumber. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna put cucumber in here, put some salt, add maybe grate a garlic in here as well, just for that garlic taste. Add some salt, some lemon juice, a little bit of olive oil, mix it, and it'll be ready to go. And we will have that ready for once our chicken is done in the oven. So again, everything in here. Now we'll just grate some garlic. I'm just gonna put 2 garlics in here. Like I said, I like the taste of garlic, so I'm just gonna put that in. Doesn't have to be big pods, just a little bit, just to give it that flavor. Okay. Okay, making sure everything is come out. There we go. Okay. And now we're just gonna put some salt, add some salt to it, a little bit of lemon. Very little salt. I don't usually put a lot of salt in that. And I'll just put some lemon juice. Again, very little, it's not even a tablespoon, just maybe a spoon. And I'm just gonna use another spoon, mix, mix, mix. And I'll drizzle it later with some olive oil, and this should be good to eat. So here, now we have all of this ready for us. After 30 minutes, the chicken is gonna go in, and just like that, we're gonna have our lunch ready. So I have had some asks about topics to talk about. But before we get into that, what I wanted to say is, like, there's still some comments coming in that there's struggle with setting environments and being successful. Now, we do set our environment to the best of our ability, maybe removing extra chips and cookies from our snack cabinets, but those who have young kids probably will still have that in their closet. So now it comes down to willpower, right? It should also come down to like-minded people, right? So for example, if you are looking like you want to be more regular at the gym, or you want to start going for a walk more, you want to go daily for a walk, and you're friends with your neighbor and you see your neighbor go every day, whether it's hail, rain, or snow, they're out there and they're doing that walk, and they've been doing it for many years, and you can see the results as you see them. At that point, I want you to reach out, ask if they would like the company. And that's going to be a motivational factor, right? They are motivating you to do that. And the days you cannot do it, they're going to come knocking at your door or text you or call you saying, hey, you're coming for your walk. That encourages you. So it's important to not only set yourself up just by your environment, in the sense in your house or where you choose to go for a party or not, but it's your overall environment. It could be your neighbor, it could be whatever, right? So also keeping that, so you want to be like, you want to grow your business, you're going to start following, you're going to be in the company of people that are like-minded, like-minded people. So that's something also to consider if you're struggling, just a trick. And that's why I always say a buddy system is really good, because when you're not at your 100%, that person will give you a little bit of the percent to bring you to that 100% so that you're able to go. There was also a comment that I have a gym membership, but I just cannot go to the gym, or when I'm not in the mood, sometimes it's a couple of days I don't go. I have those moments too. We're human, okay? We've had a busy day at work. Maybe it's just one of those days where your brain is saying, oh, you really gotta go. Your body's like, no. Or your body's saying, let's go, and your brain's like, no, I'm taking a rest day. Now, some days, yes, your body, your mind, everything needs a break. And I think that is important, to give yourself a rest day. Okay, there are some people that go 7 days a week, but then they're not working crazy as they did 6 days of the week or 5 days of the week. They're a little less. Maybe they're only doing cardio, or they're only doing core. They're not doing a full body workout. So you've got to set something for yourself in order to do that, right? So try and get somewhat of a schedule, kind of see how you want to. Maybe you're a person that goes only 3 times a week, and that's fine. So day 1, you've done a full body workout. Day 2, it's lower body. Day 3, it's upper body and core. however you want to do it. And usually on those days, those first 2 days you're just walking on the treadmill, but the third day you're sprinting. Again, these are things according to your habit, your body, your health, your lifestyle. You're going to know what to pick and what to do. So be mindful of that, but it is key and important to also be around like-minded people. It's not just nourishing yourself and working out. Like, workouts should not be a punishment. It is not a punishment. It is you being healthy and coming to the best life that you want to live and the best healthy state you want to be in. So keeping that in mind, figure out what you need to do. If you need more specifics, like I said, I'm available. Reach out to me via email or on my Insta or Facebook, or a comment here on my YouTube, and I'll be happy to help you out. So the topic that I was asked to talk about was dating partners, like after the age of 40, 45, so 45 plus or 40 plus. That is Pandora's box. As much as I loved talking about reinvention versus midlife crisis, it is going to be a little tricky to talk about relationships because we all have different angles, we all have different perspectives. There's no right or wrong, because what might be right for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for someone else. And so I just want to be very mindful about this topic. It's not, I wanted to acknowledge that I received it and that it's a very interesting topic. Like I said, it's Pandora's box. If you open it, it's just gonna blow. So the only thing that I will say about that, so for example, if you were married before or in a very long-term relationship before, and you're back into the dating world and you're back into finding that someone special in your life, first you have to know yourself what you're looking for. Sometimes we don't know that. We know we don't want that we just left or walked away from, but we also don't know what we want in the future, and that's okay. But make that clear when you're meeting somebody, like, hey, I'm not 100% sure what I want, but I'll know once I see it. And again, communication is key, which does lack a lot from time to time with a lot of people, because we've gotten so comfortable with texting and hiding behind our phones and media that when we actually have a person in front of us, we have a problem talking to them or expressing ourselves. So again, something to think about. Again, this is not a topic I'm going to talk about very long, but that's the only thing I really want to say. And once you know what you want, there's no such thing as a perfect person, right? There'll be a perfect for you, a perfect for me, but not completely perfect, because there's going to be that compromise somewhere. When that compromise comes into play, you should at least know at that point, is that your negotiable or your non-negotiable, right? For example, let's say you might be 420 friendly, and you're seeking a partner that might be, and they're not. Well, is that negotiable or non-negotiable? Maybe he checks off or she checks off all the boxes, but that one thing they don't check off. So this is, I'm talking about that side of related, like, you know, drinking or smoking or whatever. But now let's come to more on the healthy side of things. This person wants someone who's extremely active, like outdoor sports, you know, hiking and running and paddleboarding and you know, hitting the gym and going biking and just outdoors, like constantly. And this person is active and does take care of themselves and has healthy habits, but not that extremely active as their partner might be, or the person that they think they want to be with. One, communicate that and make that clear, and hopefully both of you understand that's my limit, whatever it is, right? But knowing that, again, now that might change for the individual. Like, say, for example, if I was not super active, but now I have a partner who is, I automatically will become more active because I'm now part of this person's life. So as much as it could be like, maybe, you know, I've hurt my ankle, so no, I'm not going to go on a hike. Or if I've hurt my knee, I'm not going to go hit certain machines at the gym, but I can still go to the gym and work on my upper body or my core or whatever it is, right? So you have to look at it from that perspective. It does, you shift a little because you enjoy each other's company and you enjoy what you do. You're not looking to change anyone. So that is another thing going into a relationship. You're not going into a relationship to change this individual, and they're not looking to change you, hopefully. You're going in to complement each other, not complicate things for each other. So few things, at least I'm not an expert at this. I'm by no means an expert. All trial and error. But if you're ready to settle, then that is you. So that is something I want you to really keep in mind and think of. Am I settling, or this is my negotiable, non-negotiable? And you know what? I can absolutely negotiate this because everything else checks off on my list. And this person is my perfect. Nothing will ever be 100%, and that's okay. But you need to understand that and go in with that attitude, because if you don't do that, you're suddenly going to notice someone else that's lacking, you know, that enhances the thing that the one you're with is lacking. And then you go, oh, well, I really like that. But that's because you didn't establish the negotiables and non-negotiables. So just a little tip on that, and that's all I'm going to say in terms of when it comes to relationships. Thank you for adding that as asking me to talk about it. That is all I'm going to talk about when it comes to that, because it is a very sensitive topic. It is a very broad topic, and I'm sure it can ruffle a lot of feathers. So once the 30 minutes is done, it's already 22 minutes since I have been talking to you and walked you through this process. I will have the ingredients listed on the description, or in the additional description, so you have all of that there. And I hope you make it, enjoy it, have a wonderful rest of your week, and until next time, we will connect. And as I promised, I will do the sheep pan kebabs, and I will also post the recipe of that soon. I just haven't made it this week, but probably sometime next week it'll be made. Also doing my girlfriend and myself are doing it's like not a cleanse, but it is booster immunity shots that we're going to do, which helps with your digestion, helps with clear skin, helps like a glow, and immune system. It just does a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to put that together as well, with all the ingredients, with all the measurements, and and I am going to do that, and I'm also going to let you know how it makes me feel and what I have noticed with it. I believe it's also belly fat, and I know you can spot check things in your body and spot reduce stuff. So I'm really curious to see how this shot is going to work. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, be kind, not only to yourself, but to others. Have an amazing rest of your day and week, and we will be back next week. Take care. Bye for now.